Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about our very important topic of our syllabus, that is government budget and the economy. From this topic, 6 marks question are asked in the CBSE examination. Now, before discussing about government budget and the economy chapter in detail, first thing that you know about that in the month of February, our finance minister presents annual budget of the government for its approval by the parliament. So, our finance minister, as you know, nowadays our finance minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, presented budget 2020-21 in the parliament in the month of February. So, this budget unfolds the financial performance of the government over the past 1 year, and the second thing, the financial programs and policies of the government for the next 1 year. These two things are unfolded in the government budget. First one is the financial performance of the government over the last year, and the financial programs and policies of the government for the coming financial year. So, now the question arises, what is government budget? Why it is prepared? So, the students, I already told you that on the last day of the month of February, mostly budget is presented in the parliament for approval. So, last day of the month of February is famous in India as a day when the finance minister presents annual budget of the government for its approval by the parliament. That's why this day is very important, is very famous in India. What is budget? Budget is a statement of estimates of the government receipts and government expenditure during the period of the financial year. So, two things are taken in government budget. First one is estimated government receipts, and the second one is estimated government expenditure. Now the question arises, why this budget is prepared? What are the basic objectives of government budget? Students, there are certain objectives which the budget fulfills, and that's why it is very important. First one is reallocation of resources. Students, you know that private enterprises always desire to allocate resources to those areas of production where profits are high. They are least bothered about the allocation of resources in those areas where profits are low. However, it is possible that such areas of production may not promote social welfare. Like if they make investments in the production of alcohol, no doubt the production of alcohol will increase, but it will not promote social welfare. So, through its budgetary policy, the government of a country directs the allocation of resources in such a manner so that there is a balance between the goals of profit maximization and social welfare. For example, production of goods which are injurious to health like cigarette, alcohol, whiskey is discouraged through heavy taxation by the government. On the other hand, production of socially useful goods like khadi is encouraged through subsidies. So, in this way, the allocation of resources is one of the most important objective of government budget. Second objective of government budget is economic stability. As you know that there are 4 phases of trade cycle, that is recession, depression, recovery and boom in the economy. And the government of a country is always committed to save the economy from business cycles. Here, budget is used as an important policy instrument to correct the situations of deflation and inflation. As government increases public expenditure during deflation and reduces public expenditure during inflation. By doing it, the government tries to achieve the state of economic stability. And economic stability stimulates the inducement to invest, increases the rate of growth and development. Third objective of government budget is redistribution of income and wealth. So, the government uses its physical instruments of taxation and subsidies to improve the distribution of income and wealth in the economy, to bring about equitable distribution of income. Equitable distribution of income and wealth is a sign of social justice, which is the principal objective of any welfare state as in India. So, distribution of income and wealth is brought in two ways. Number one, by imposing taxes on rich and giving subsidies to the poor. Government imposes heavy taxes on those people whose income level is also high, and government provides subsidies to the poor so that they could also fulfill their basic needs. And the second way is by supplying food grains to the population living below poverty line at a very low price. For example, free distribution of LPG connection to the poor people. In this way, the government tries to bring about equitable distribution of income and wealth in the economy. So, students, apart from these three objectives of budget, there are certain objectives which are also very important, that is GDP growth rate. GDP growth is the central objective, it is the primary objective of government budgetary policy. It is achieved in two ways. First one, by making public expenditure, and the second one by inducing private investment expenditure. So the government encourages public investment as well as private investment to increase the GDP growth rate, and this is the primary objective of government budgetary policy. Next is balanced regional growth. The budgetary policy places priority on the development of backward regions in the country. This is achieved through liberal tax laws for the backward regions and through the establishment of special economic zones in the backward regions. So in this way, the government tries to bring about balanced regional development through its budgetary policy. Next,